Oh, church, is it well with your soul? It can be well with all of us. It depends on our relationship with Jesus. And Lord, haste the day when my faith shall be sight. One day soon, Jesus is going to come. Do you believe it?
Yes.
Yeah. He's going to come. And all our troubles will be over. Our faith shall be sight. And then we'll see Jesus face to face. And be able to say, thank you, Jesus, for saving my soul. Oh, church, I pray that this hope will burn within your bosoms. And that nothing or anyone will weaken your resolve in Jesus. God is our refuge and strength. That's the topic of today's message. And I write in my notes here, read this verse repeatedly. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea. There is a river. Yes. The stream thereof shall make glad the city of God. You know something? I was somewhere the other day, and in Seaton I saw a tree by a beautiful river. And the river was flowing, going about its business. And on that tree by the river, I saw a little bird sitting on one of the branches. And although the wind was blowing and the river was rolling and doing its business, the bird had no problems in the world. He just sat there enjoying the atmosphere, chirping away. And I thought to myself, Lord, help me to be like that bird. Right there, nature was speaking to me. And I had a prayer in my heart. Because you see, Lord and church, we worry so much, don't we? We worry so much. And sometimes I think my master just look at us and say, poor fellows, poor children. I wish they would trust me. Like that bird. No problem in the world. And so God is our refuge and strength. A very present help in trouble. I'm looking at the graph area. I'm under instructions. But we need to speak to you today. Now tell me, what is the meaning of refuge? A hiding place, Sister Adair said. Yes. A place of refuge, a place of safety, a place of comfort, a place where everything is calm, isn't it? Now, in my ministry so far, I've had opportunity to visit people who have been in refuge. It's battered wives, but do you know they are battered husbands as well? Battered wives, battered husband, battered children. People are in, and they put them in this place of refuge. And oftentimes it's a secluded place. And it's not somewhere where it's publicized, because the people need to be comforted and protected. So we need refuge. What do you need? Do you know? The whole world needs refuge today. We need refuge from sin. We need refuge and safety. And the Bible tells me that God is our refuge. But also, he said he is our strength. Why do we need strength in this world? As Christians, why do you need strength? You need strength because you're battling against Satan and his woes, and his difficulties, and his heartaches. And do you think because you answer to call of Jesus, give your heart to him, and get baptized, you're going to be prevented or secured from problems in this world? No, in fact, I say to you that sometimes when you give your heart to the Lord, you seem to have more problems. Because guess what? When you come out of the devil's army, do you think he enjoys that? He doesn't. And so he will call his army of forces and he will multiply your problems and your difficulties. You might not experience sicknesses before. Your children might be so lovely. But once you accept Christ as your Lord and Savior, those lovely children become antagonistic and problematic. And sometimes they turn against their lovely parents. You can't speak to them. You can't talk to them. That becomes problematic. Why? Because you have a child of the kingdom. Friends you used to have and used to go out with, all of a sudden they don't know you anymore. Because all of a sudden you have joined those goody people. You have become righteous, you know, and they are not your friends anymore. Because you have turned to Christ. Now then, in this place of refuge, what benefits do you get? The Bible says that we get the benefit of having God as our refuge. The text says he gives us strength. And as I say, we need strength to fight our human battles. And some of the greatest battle, or one of the greatest battles we each have to face is the battle against self. Do you know self is one of our greatest battles? And pride. You're in church, nobody can talk to you. I'm a big man now. Don't speak to me like that. Oh church, we need humility, don't you think? Yeah. Guess what? One of the business of being a Christian is to be like Christ. I said to you before that the disciples were first called Christians in Antioch. And it was a nickname given to them. You know why? Because they were copying Jesus. And I say also that when you take on the name of Christian, you have taken on the name of Christ. And in that case, we need to be behaving like him. And Jesus was one of the most, if not the most humble person who walked this earth. He was humility personified. Jesus was most humble. And if you are copying him, we need to be like him in character. One of the battles we have to fight, as I say, is against sin and self. What are other benefits that we have to have and enjoy in Jesus Christ? Well, the text says God is our very present help. You know, sometimes you are in trouble, and some of you are very good, very happy, you have very good friends. And some of you maybe can phone a friend right away. Some of our friends are abroad. My favorite sister is in Jamaica. My favorite cousin is in the States. I love these people. And if I'm in difficulty and I write to them, they'll help. but I have to wait for the helping. But the text says, Jesus, our God, is our very present help. He's right there. Yeah, you don't have to write to him. You don't have to phone him. You don't have to text him. No, he's right there. Our very, very present help in trouble. You are fearful. Say, Lord, have mercy on me. Help me. And right there, hear him saying, Run, why are you troubled? Hope thou in God. He's your strength and he's your refuge and he's your comforter. So one of the benefits of being a refuge is to have him as our present help in trouble. And so this text talks about refuge, talks about danger. It talks about strength, and we find weakness, and it gives us weakness. You know, we are weak and so we need strength. We are in trouble, and we need help. Now, what's the definition of trouble? Trouble is to have problems, isn't it? To have disturbance of mind, commotion of spirits, perplexities, affliction, misfortune, annoyance, irritation. Yeah, I've been in church already, finished preaching, and before I get out there, somebody challenge me. Somebody will come and ask me about a problem in the church. I've just finished preaching, and I want to meditate on what God has said to me and what I say to the congregation, and I'm there praying and say, Lord, have mercy on me. And somebody come right before I get outside. You know, the devil comes to church sometimes. And hear people say, all the time. The devil comes to church sometimes. Yeah. And in church, he will do what he has to do to upset you. You have to be careful. You have to be on your guard. Because the devil comes to church. And not everyone who says, Lord, Lord, shall enter, but those who will do that first. And so I say to you, you need God as your refuge and strength. Why? Because this world is not your home. No, you're only passing through. Our treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. He's waiting there for me, right there in glory land. And I can't be at home in this world anymore. Oh, we might have our posh surrounding. We might have our posh jobs. Our income is tremendous. We can afford anything in this world. But church, we are only passing through. In fact, we are refugees. So if you are in a place of refuge, that means you are a refugee. We are refugees, only passing through this world. That's why it's not our home. We are only passing through. And my message to us today, enjoy the blessing that God gives you in this church, in this world. Use your blessings to bless others, but don't build your hope upon this world and the beauties and presence you have, because one day you'll have to leave it. You will have to leave it. And guess what? I'm preaching to myself as well. I know that this world is not my home. And if you have difficulties, you know it's not your home. If you have pleasant health before and today you are ill, it shows that this world is not your home. This week I've heard of young men who have died, 21, 22, going out with their friends, get stabbed, gone. This world is not our home. We are only passing through. Our treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. Young people, college students, press on in Jesus. Enjoy yourself, get your education, get your good job, but build up on Jesus, because this world is not your home. Friends is going to let you down. Parents will let you down. But Jesus, He never let any of us down. He only desired the best for all of us. And so I say to us today, God is our refuge and strength. He is our present help in trouble. You know, two men, one woman poor, one man rich, were on the sick bed. They were both dying. The woman, she lived in poverty. Very miserable home. Maybe not even lovely furniture or whatever. Shackled bed. But she was a Christian. And the difficulties arose and death struck or was striking. And they both gave their testimony. And the woman was heard to say, "Pray for me. I'm going home." Did you hear that? I'm going home. The rich man in his plush surroundings, multitudinous friends around him, you know, quality furniture, bed, luxurious, doctors around him, but he was heard to say, "I am leaving home. I'm leaving home." One, the poor woman, not much of this world's goods, but she could say, "I am going home." And the rich man in his plush surroundings, leaving all his wealth behind, he was heard to say, "I'm leaving home." Oh Lord, wouldn't you want to be like that woman? Yeah, I want to be like that woman. I'm going home. I'm going home. Oh Lord Jesus, help us to get our priorities right. Help us to get our priorities right. Put God first, not last. God must not be an afterthought. He has to be first in our lives. But I'm glad you know that each of us have a choice to make. You can choose Him, or you can choose everything else in this world. But if you choose Jesus, it will be well with your soul. Did you see the meditational song? It is well with my soul. Oh Lord, it is well with my soul. I want to be able to say, come what may, it's well with my soul. Church, I promised I was going to finish by 12:30. I think it's 29 minutes to 1, and I'm finishing. And I'm saying to you, hold on, church. Hold on. God is our refuge and strength. He's our present help in trouble. Make this text a personal possession of your heart. God bless you.
Amen.